Good morning. Today is Wednesday, May 28th. This is Wake Up with KERA News, and I'm Andrew Garcia. It's going to be pretty cloudy today, and we've still got a good chance of seeing thunderstorms into the evening. Temps today will be in the lower 80s. The East Plano Islamic Center was once known for its service to the community, but now the mosque is grappling with Islamophobia and unprecedented state scrutiny. We'll hear that story after the news. Today marks the first day that passengers buying flights with Southwest Airlines will have to pay for checked baggage. From now on, the first checked bag is $35 and a second bag is $45. Some exceptions to the paid luggage policy includes passengers with business class flights, Rapid Rewards credit card holders, and certain Rapid Rewards members. Attorney General Ken Paxton has a lead of about 9 percentage points over Senator John Cornyn in a two-way contest for the Republican Senate primary. That's according to a new poll from Texas Southern University's Barbara Jordan Center. But the Democratic nominee for Senate is likely to be much better funded than any of Paxton's past opponents. That's according to Rice University's Mark Jones. The poll shows Paxton with just a 2-point lead in a hypothetical contest with former Congressman Colin Allred and a 3-point lead against Congressman Joaquin Castro. Thousands of Muslims have worshipped at the East Plano Islamic Center mosque for years, and the surrounding community has mostly welcomed them. But more recently, KERA's Caroline Love reports the mosque has faced a barrage of online hate that has made its way into the mosque's neighborhood and has prompted unprecedented scrutiny from state officials.
Bazia Bilal attends the East Plano Islamic Center Mosque, also known as EPIC. The mosque has 10,000 members and has been in Plano for almost 15 years. Bilal says it's known as a pillar of the community that shelters the homeless and has a clinic for the uninsured. Nearby, there are grocery stores that sell halal meat, and a cafe up the road serves pistachio lattes and saffron milk cakes.
We are contributing. We would like to think of ourselves as the ones who are shaping and building the community here, not just for ourselves, but for everybody around us.
Bilal wears a hijab, the traditional hair covering many Muslim women wear. She says she once felt safe practicing her faith in Plano, but that sense of security changed after a promotional video for EPIC's proposed housing development called Epic City went viral.
If I'm going out alone, then there is that fear. Am I going to hear something? Am I going to be targeted? Am I going to be discriminated?
Epic City is meant to accommodate the growing Muslim population in North Texas. It would be about 40 miles northeast of Dallas in unincorporated Collin and Hunt counties. The development would feature a new mosque, more than 1,000 single and multi-family homes, a faith-based school, commercial developments, and more. Epic City is years from being built, but Epic and its members are already facing Islamophobia and hate Bilal says she hasn't encountered before. Some posts on X from the founder of an organization called Rare Foundation USA call Epic City a Sharia city that would reject American laws and ban non-Muslims. They've received thousands of likes and shares. The Southern Poverty Law Center lists Rare as an anti-Muslim hate group. Collin County commissioners heard hours of testimony from people at a public meeting who repeated unfounded accusations about Muslims. Some cited Rare's claims as evidence, but didn't offer any other proof.
I believe that Muslim belief is against the Constitution and against America and a threat to our country.
They want to expand politically in order to dominate violently, and that's what this is, a Hamas sanctuary city.
Sharia law has no freedom of religion, no freedom of speech, no freedom of thought, no freedom of artistic expression, and no equal rights for women.
Sharia law encompasses parts of Islamic tradition surrounding lifestyle, things like when to pray, what to eat, and what to wear. And Epic's attorney Dan Cocktail says Imran Chaudhry, the president of the company developing Epic City, has no plans to enforce Sharia law in the proposed development.
He had to Google what Sharia meant He's a born Islamic.
Governor Greg Abbott and Attorney General Ken Paxton have launched several investigations of Epic City. Abbott has accused the unbuilt community of violating the Texas Fair Housing Act by banning non-Muslims. And Texas Senator John Cornyn says the Department of Justice launched a federal probe early May after he shared concerns about religious discrimination in Sharia law. Cogdell says anyone can live in Epic City regardless of their religion. He says the state's investigations are politically motivated.
If this was a Presbyterian church in Waxahachie, none of this would be happening. And to suggest otherwise is crazy.
Bilal says the attacks on her mosque and faith online are disheartening, and she hopes people will open their minds.
No matter how loud the voices of hatred are, the voice of hope and the voice of understanding and reasoning will eventually overpower these negative voices.
In the meantime, Cogdell says Epic will cooperate fully with all investigations, and he expects the political scrutiny could delay the project, leaving the Muslim community in North Texas with less room to grow. For KERA News, I'm Caroline Love in Plano.
That was KERA's Caroline Love reporting. The Stars sadly lost Game 4 against the Oilers last night 4-1. Dallas has really struggled to get their offense going all series long. If you exclude the third period of Game 1, where they scored a whirlwind of 5 goals, the Stars have only scored 3 goals in 4 games. They now face a 3-1 series deficit to overcome, which does not bode well for their Stanley Cup hopes, but you never know. Game 5 is tomorrow. And to witness world-class golf, check out the Texas Women's Open in Grapevine. Be inspired by the history and talent showcased in this prestigious tournament. Find more information and some other fun things to do on our Go See DFW calendar at kera.org/calendar. Thanks so much for listening to Wake Up with KERA News. I'm your host, Andrew Garcia. The show is produced and edited by Shardae White and Bekah Morr. For more news in your inbox, visit kera.org/wakeup. That's where you can subscribe to the Wake Up with KERA News newsletter and get good morning vibes from our colleague Catherine Hobbs. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at KERATX. Have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow.